Hi guys, it's Anders. In today's video, I just want to take you through the process of getting your multitracks and stems out of FL Studio. Pretty simple process, and when you're near the end of your music making process, or if you need to send your multitracks off for mixing, or maybe your stems off for stem mastering, this is an important process to know. And when you've got that music mastered and at that final stage, today's channel sponsor can help you out with the next step.
Do you want to get your music onto the likes of Spotify, Apple Music, even TikTok? Keep 100% of your earnings and get paid monthly if you choose. Get into those stores up to 20 times faster than some other distributors and do it all at a ridiculously low yearly price. Check out the channel sponsor, Distrokid. Okay, so here we've got a project loaded up in FL Studio, and first I'm going to show you how we can export the multitracks. Really good if we wanted to go and say continue mixing in another project, or if you're working with another artist being sent to a mix engineer, or just so you've got a backup of all of the multitracks in a track in case something ever were to happen to your session file. You've still got all the audio that makes up the track. So pretty simple to do. We need to have our track like it is here, all mixed, so everything is set to mixer tracks like so. You can see we've got quite a busy mix here, and so that, you know, when we hit play, everything's linked up to its own individual mixer. All right, now the way to get all the stems out separately is through the bounce menu or the export menu. So what we can do, we can go into File and Export, or we can press, I'm on Mac, Command R, but I think it's Control R on Windows. And let's give ourselves a folder. We're gonna do multi-track example in this case. Now what I tend to do when I know it's gonna be multi-tracks is instead of having like a save as the project name, I'll get rid of that and I'm just gonna put a dash like that. That's gonna be the project name, just that dash. And the reason for that is it's going to name everything with the individual channels for us. So now we're going to hit save, and it's going to save it as the project name dash in multi-track example. So we hit save. Now it gives us our rendering info, and we can see it's rendering to dash.wav. Now we want to do the whole song and tail. We want to definitely leave the remainder, because when it gets to the end of the track, if there's reverbs and things like that, we want it to keep capturing that even across our multi-tracks. Bit depth can be up to you. I tend to just go with 24-bit stereo. If you've got very low recorded and quiet sounds that you want to maintain their full depth of, we can put it onto 32-bit float. That means regardless of the amount of dynamic range used, the sound could always be brought back up to 0, so normalized, and would be 100% the fullest quality. However, 24-bit is going to be fine for 99.9 cases. Now the reason I don't use a mono at all in FL Studio is they're either going to be merged left and right channels, or they're going to be the left or right only, because FL Studio doesn't support individual mono tracks, so I just leave it as stereo. Now resampling quality, I mean, honestly, it comes down to if you have stretched and manipulated sounds to a high degree, the higher quality is going to get, it's going to take longer, but it will give you a better result in many cases. Honestly, 128 point sync going to be more than fine. I think it's 64 by default. High quality for all plugins. That's how I operate. Obviously disable maximum polyphony. So the most important one for us here is we want to do split mixer tracks. As you can see, that's now put my disk space up to 9.4 gig that's going to be used. And it's going to take all these mixer tracks that we've initially got, and it's going to export each one individually on its own, as well as my buses, so my drum, bass, vocals, etc. So that's how we get our stem files. We can't get the stem files just independently. We can only split the mixer tracks out like this. Once we've done it, if we only want the stem files, we can just delete all of the rest. Now we're ready to export all of the individual channels. We're just going to hit start and let that do its render. Okay, so when you hear that little beep just there, we are done exporting our stems. So we can minimize away FL Studio now. And if we head over to the folder here, we can see we've got the multi-track example that we made before. Beautiful. And as you can see, everything's just in here, and that's why we put that little dash in. I didn't put the hearts in, because then we end up with these really long names. As you can see, we've got everything that was there from the mixer. The other thing is we want to get maybe our stems, our stem files, so our buses done this way as well. Well, anything that was in that mixer we can also get as a bus. So for example, I would have drums here, and this would be actually the drum stem. So anything you want to export as a stem, you need to set up as a bus in FL Studio and export that separately. An easy way to then be able to find them is just put something like the number 1, 2, 3, and 4 in front of the names of them on the mixer, and then you'll be able to quickly just take them out and give them their own stems folder.
All right, so now you know how to export your multitracks and your stem files from FL Studio. I hope that video was really helpful for you guys, and I look forward to seeing you on the next one. Thank you very much for liking the video and subscribing to the channel. If you have any questions, throw it in the comments down below. I'll see you guys on the next one.